Yo, what's up? Since the beginning of 2025, I've posted one video every single day until now. So that means I've posted over 200 pieces of content in 2025 alone. And guess what? Before that, I didn't even manage to post like 3 a week. So let me tell you what I've learned over all that time. Let me just walk you through what sort of has changed for me to be able to post every single day, not burn out, and still make good content. Okay? So really just before that, like I told you guys, I was struggling with content. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing any results with my videos. Like I was asking, am I shadow banned, or is like Instagram not seeing my content? Because like my content wasn't bad, but one of the main factors that was sort of holding me back is that I didn't post consistently. I would always like post one good video that I spent hours editing, but then after that, like I didn't do anything, you know? Like I posted that video, then a couple of days passed, I posted another video. And at best I was posting really 3 to 4 videos a week. Let me just quickly tell you, like, that isn't enough. Especially if you're just a beginner in content creation, especially if you have a small following, right? Like I still have a small following. But I think like in the past month alone, I've gone up by 300 followers on IG, right? So that means you really have to do this shit consistently until you actually start seeing some results, you know? And with my old videos, I could literally spend hours editing the videos. Like I have one video where I plan out all the angles, make the editing perfect and everything like that. And it still got 400 views. I was so like disappointed, and maybe I can show you the video because it was actually super good in terms of editing. I thought so much about the angles, about the script that I was going to use, and I like literally spent 6 hours on that one video, and just to end up with 450 views. Let me search it. Well, now it has 660, but it's not better. Let me just show you here.
Possible to get to 10k followers by teaching content creation as someone with only 270 followers?
Sounds contradictory, right? But I say yes.
Let me explain. 2.5 years ago, I set myself the goal to start an agency and make those fat racks. It seemed simple. Just pick a niche, promise them a huge outcome, sign a client.
You see how planned out that video was? Like you would probably think, or I probably thought, like before posting that, it would be the one that was viral, right? And I spent so much time on it, bro. It was insane. And in the past month alone, like now I'm at 550 followers, which still obviously is a small following, right? But I'm just making this channel to document my growth and help other beginners along the way, right? So really just what I've noticed is that all this work that you put into editing, it doesn't make a difference if the video idea is shit in the beginning, okay? So really, right now, I'm actually seeing the most growth that I've ever seen with my social media, with my business, and with everything else, honestly, right? I'm feeling much better. My body is better than it ever has before, right? Like, I'm almost, I don't know if this counts as a six-pack, right? But maybe, right? So I'm really at one of the best points that I am at right now, okay? Like I'm super grateful for that, and I thank God every single day for it, you know? And yeah, I've been the most consistent than I've ever been. I've grown the most on social media. I've gotten the most views on social media in the past month, I'd say, right? So really what has now led me to getting videos that get like 1k views plus consistently is really these 3 tips that I'm about to share with you, okay? And like I said, also like help me get to, I think, was it 200 plus followers more? No, actually 250. More than 250 in the last month. And you can see like I'm sort of constantly getting 1k views plus, right? Like these 2 videos didn't perform well. This one's really new, but as you can see, this one, 1k views, 9k views, 2k views, 7k views, 5k views, 1.4, 2.5, 9k views. You know, it goes on like that, and it goes on and goes on. But yeah, like I said, compare that to my old content, you will see like my content got so much better over time, and I still managed to post daily. So let me show you exactly how that works. So here's what changed. And probably, like, let me tell you this, like the third one, if you don't implement that one, all the others won't matter, right? Because that is probably the most applicable tip that I can have for you that will help you so much in all of this journey. But let me just quickly start with the first one, right? So the first one is that I made my mission clear and changed my identity with that, right? So when you're creating content, you have to have some sort of mission, right? Even if you're someone who does like brain rot content, then your mission would be probably like, I help teenagers laugh or get a distraction off their day or whatever, right? But I don't focus on brain rot content. I actually focus on helping people who want to create educational content, help people, right? So your mission could be something like, I help this guy or people like my younger self do this and that and that. If you want to figure out your mission, check out my free 5-day content accelerator, which is in the description, right? You can do this after the video. You can do this right now, whenever you want to. And the first video in there lines out exactly how to find your mission. Basically, what it consists of is finding your skills, then picking and deciding which one you want to teach or which one you can teach, then looking at like who can you help with that, and then basically like building everything together and forming your mission statement, right? So that's how you define your mission. And then you gotta identify with that mission. Meaning, once you have that mission, like the reason I'm actually putting it like in this list, the reason it's helped me post more is because once you have that mission, you have sort of an obligation to help people. And not like a bad obligation to, you have to post every single day or else you won't go viral or wherever, you know? But it's like an obligation that is a godly obligation almost, right? Like a sort of godly calling for you to help people every single day. Like, I feel bad when I don't post a video in a given day, right? Because I have this feeling that I have this audience already that I want to help, and if I don't give them value on a day, like my mission is sabotaged. Does that make sense? So if you clearly define your mission, you will actually feel like posting every single day. You won't be there like, oh, I gotta post another video today. I don't want to do this right now, you know? And also you will have times where you sort of feel like that. But this obligation stays with you and it actually gives you motivation to post every single day. And you will, when you identify with that mission, slowly turn into the person who wants to post every single day and like doesn't feel forced to do it. Does that make sense? Right. So the second thing that I want to talk about is that you need to focus more on the quality of value rather than the quality of editing. Because back then, like I told you, like you saw with the video that I just showed you, right? I focused so much on the editing. It was like, I have to do these transitions and this text in the beginning of the video to hook attention, and then do this transition with this sound effect and use this sound and edit out. Like, bro, you're focusing on the wrong thing. Value always comes first. If the idea of the video is bad, if the value of the video is bad, the rest won't matter. So focus more on the value that you're giving away. Keep the editing only to the functional stuff, right? Like, for example, this video completely is raw. But when I do short form content, I just focus on the like editing that actually makes a difference. Meaning, I cut out all the like dead space between sentences, right? Like as you can hear right now, I have a lot of pauses, right? You won't see that in my short form content. I added all of that out to make the video more quicker, right? I also put text above my head, a text hook, okay? I also do a bit of color adjustments, which obviously is optional, right? But it doesn't take much time. I still do that to make my videos look nicer. So that's what I do with my editing. Then I just put a sound on it, make it a bit quieter so you can still hear me, And that is basically what I do with my editing. I don't do much more than that. With a couple of my videos, I'll still put captions in so people can sort of understand better what I'm talking about. But other than that, I don't do much more, right? I've overcomplicated editing so much in the past. And I've realized that that isn't the right way to go. Like, it doesn't make a difference. If the video idea is bad, if your talking is bad, if you can't even like talk to the camera normally, editing all of that out won't make a difference, right? People will still see that you can't really talk. And I would much rather have my brand be me, raw, talking to the camera, actually showing my authentic self, rather than me hiding my actual recording and just editing a couple of clips together, then putting some nice edits on it to sort of distract from the bad speaking skills, right? So I'm trying to build a brand like that. I'm actually trying to get better at speaking. So that's why I'm also making this raw content. That makes sense, you know? So now let's get to the third point, which I mentioned is one of the most applicable, most valuable points in here actually, because it's something that you can apply immediately, okay? So when you start with your content, I want you to have the mindset to build in public. And this is going to hold you accountable. This is going to hold you accountable like nothing else can, right? Building in public basically means that you show your journey, you document your journey in public, right? So when you're building a business, you will, for example, show, right, this is the work that I did. This is the results that I got. This is what changed. This is what I do right now, right? Like the video I'm recording here is basically building in public. I'm sharing my journey with you and sharing the lessons with it. Makes sense, right? So if you're building in public, you have to use that to keep yourself accountable. Let's say, for example, you want to wake up earlier. And that's the exact thing I did, by the way, right? If you want to wake up early, do a story to your audience telling them, I will see y'all at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow. I will see y'all at 5 a.m. tomorrow, whatever time you want to wake up, right? And for some weird reason, you will wake up at 5 a.m. Like, try it. It works, actually. And sort of build that pressure on you. Be clear with your wins and your losses. If you don't manage to wake up at 5:30, right? Then make a story about that. Be honest about it. Like, say, guys, I messed up, whatever. Like, hold yourself accountable with your audience. It's the easiest thing you can do. And especially now, if it comes to posting daily, like, announce it to your audience. Tell your audience that you will post daily from now on for the next 3 months at least. Do a challenge on it. Like, make a series on it, right? And that way you will automatically be held accountable, but actually you're the one holding yourself accountable, because you're like showing this goal that you want to reach, and you don't want to don't want to naturally be perceived as a loser, right? You don't want to be perceived as someone who fails. So naturally you're going to follow that plan. And it's so simple actually, but many people don't quite get to doing it. So with anything that you're trying to get consistent in, whether it's like your to-do list or waking up early or posting daily or working on your business, doing like this amount of work per day, post it to your story, make a series about it, hold yourself accountable with your own audience. It's the easiest way you can go about it, right? So these are the 3 tips that I found the most valuable for posting daily. I hope you found them valuable, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Peace.